Ancestor healing is a unique and transformational healing course. It's a way to change your karma, and it helps lift the heavy or blocked energy from your life and your family's lives, and it frees you from physical and emotional blockages that might be affecting your health or that are stopping you from moving forward. I'm going to take you on a journey to understand the connection between your life and your ancestors' lives. And I'm going to help you understand how you are influenced by those that came before you and continue to be influenced by them. And we're going to reveal what happens after death and how those that have passed away can continue to affect the lives of the living energetically. And I'm going to explain to you how you can free yourself from the karma and blockages of the past, create a brighter future and change your life. Ki is energy. It exists as light and vibration. And there are so many different energies on the earth and around us, and everything has its own frequency. Ki is the vibration of life and has the highest universal light from the source. It exists as the original power of the universe and the life force within ourselves. All the Ki in the body keeps us alive, supporting our lungs to breathe in and out and our heart to beat. It supports all the circulation, movement and harmony in the body. And in the same way in the universe, the vibration of Ki supports all the movement for life to continue. The cycles of life, the seasons, night and day. Life is the beautiful harmony of our spirit, mind and body. And we exist as light coming from the universe and receive our physical body from our parents. And our body is the house for our spirit, and it gives us this beautiful opportunity to cultivate, to change and to grow. And our body also holds all the information of the past, which is the DNA from our family and also our own karma. Our mind is the link between our spirit and body, and it's ever changing. Our mind allows us to brighten or darken our spirit and improve or diminish the health of our body. I think it's well understood that a positive outlook can help our health and well-being, and also healing and recovery from illness or injury can definitely be improved by a positive mind. So in the same way as the mind can affect the body, our mind also affects the brightness of our spirit and our connection to the source, bringing us closer or further away from the light. The vibration of life is made of universal light, love and energy. We are designed to receive this vibration through three main energy centers. The first center sits in the position of the third eye, and when this center is open, it allows us to receive universal light, be wise, positive, and have mental clarity. The second center is our heart center in the middle of the chest, and through it we receive universal love, and we are compassionate, loving, and kind. And the third energy center in our abdomen is in charge of all the vital energy in the body, and it's from here that energy flows to our whole body and keeps us healthy. To be healthy and to be happy, we have to have enough energy, and then energy has to flow really smoothly around all the energy meridians, supporting all our organs and cells. And as spiritual beings, we are designed to receive light, love and energy from the source of life, and that keeps our mind bright and positive and helps us open our heart. And when our mind is connected to our spirit, we're naturally positive, we're clear, we're in harmony with nature, and we want to give and we want to do something for others, and we feel really connected to all beings in the world around us. And when our mind and heart are open, energy can flow freely through our body to support all our physical functions, and that's how we stay healthy. And when we are connected, healing happens naturally. When we disconnect from our spirit and connect only to the material or physical world around us, that's when we start to lose our original brightness, and then we're affected by circumstances and by other people and situations, and that makes us really emotional and can force us to close our heart. That's when we become disconnected and we create so many emotions that cause pain and illness. For many generations, humanity has become increasingly disconnected from the source of life and the spirit. We strive for personal success and achievement over our connection to the earth and one another. And while our spirit naturally thinks about what the universe needs, what nature needs, what others need, and it's focused on giving and creating light, Our body focuses on its own needs, its own desires, and is trying to take care of its own life. But like this, we create more and more attachments and emotions, karma, and then problems on so many levels. And as time has gone by, humanity's individual desire and greed, that's driven our world, and it's made us forget our original nature. So to brighten our spirit, we have to go beyond our individual needs. There are 3 types of energy blockages that can affect our lives and our health. And energy blockages manifest as tension or disease in the body and can appear as difficulties or repetitive bad luck in our lives. And the root of all pain and illness actually starts with energy blockages. Physically, we are affected by the food we eat, we're affected by our exercise and sleep patterns, we're affected by pollution, weather conditions, our environment, and bad habits or toxic environments also weaken our body and mind. There are so many layers to our mind, and the vibration of our emotions easily affects our health. It also affects our spiritual growth as well as the direction of our lives. So the vibration of life is the most balanced frequency, and we go into nature because we really long to feel that vibration, and that helps us connect to the source. And our emotions, they have such a different vibration. So for example, things like anger, anxiety or stress, which we all suffer from, they create this fast and very sharp vibration. And on the opposite scale, depression or sadness create a sluggish and slow vibration. And those people suffering from depression tend to find it hard to motivate themselves, they find it hard to get moving. So our thoughts, our desires, our emotions, our attachments, they all create vibrations, and these cause energy blockages and tension to form in the body. And then these repeated patterns, they start to affect our cells, our organs, our muscles, our circulation. So if we have a certain emotion on a regular basis, that vibration doesn't match the vibration of our spirit. So our energy system starts to close to protect itself. And then every time we have that emotion again, we create another layer of blockages, and these keep building up until you have a kind of repeated or repetitive emotional pattern, and that starts a vicious cycle. And we have layers of these vibrations. So it's like on the surface of the sea, the weather changes, like our daily mood, but we have hidden, deeper patterns, negative patterns and feelings that we haven't been able to let go of, and those block our light. This is what we call karma. We also have emotional patterns which are created by our family and our ancestors, and these hugely influence and affect our lives. So even when someone passes away, they leave their physical body behind, but energy never dies. And what has been created, it exists as a vibration, and it continues to affect future generations. So sadness, pain, anger, the negativities or fears of our ancestors, they don't just disappear, and they still affect our life today. So really, to fully understand inherited energy blockages, we have to understand what happens after we leave our physical life behind. Life is eternal. Whilst a physical life is the union of our body, our mind and our spirit, death is the separation of the body from the mind and spirit. So when our life force energy has been expended, then our body no longer supports us. Our body returns to its original home, which is nature, and our spirit and mind also have to return to their home, which is the world of light. At the moment of passing, the brightness of our spirit is fixed, and without the physical body, our spirit can actually no longer change its level of light, and it must remain at the spiritual level it's achieved during its lifetime. So our spirit is affected by the shadows of karma, and then at the same time the mind holds on to all the emotional, mental, physical patterns and attachment that it hasn't let go of during its lifetime. The only thing that changes in what we consider to be physical death is that we lose our physical body. Everything else remains the same. Our opinions, our regrets, our fears, anxieties, addictions, pain, all the things that our ancestors held, they stay as if they were alive, and they are passed on to future generations. So the moment we pass away, we become an ancestor. We exist with an energy body, and those energy patterns that we had start to influence our future generations, our descendants. So many of our ancestors didn't overcome their strong attachments and emotions, and so they stay strongly attached to us or to the people and places they left behind. And this creates these really strong energy vibrations around the living, and it can affect our daily lives. And you can think of it like old houses, which retain that atmosphere or energy depending on who lived in those places and what happened there. So we are also influenced by the history and the stories of our ancestors, whose energy then still exists around us, even though we can't see it. And without knowing it, we start to repeat their old patterns. The invisible world is as real as the visible world. It's just like the other side of a coin. So people who have passed away live on with their consciousness, and they are attached to the people and places they left behind. And some ancestors, they tune to us with a cold energy body, and they pass on their feelings, their emotions, and that can affect our thoughts and habits. So in the same way as your mood or your thought patterns can be affected by emotions of people around you, we are also influenced by what we can't see, the invisible energy from our ancestors. So if I take an example of children suffering from depression at a very young age, especially children that can't explain why, they haven't experienced a trauma or reason for this, but without knowing, an ancestor who may have experienced great sadness or pain is influencing their energy or their aura, and that's why they can't describe the reason for the emotions that they are feeling. And in the same way, addictions can be passed down as the living pick up the desire or the longing from ancestors who died with an addiction to food or alcohol or all kinds of attachments and desires. Bad luck and misfortune are also things that affect families differently. And sometimes you might look at a friend and realise no matter how hard they try, misfortune keeps coming their way. And then you have other friends who aren't trying at all, but good luck keeps coming to them. And this is their different karma. And you can think of it like the clouds in the sky that can block the sunlight. So some people are just simply born on a very stormy day and they feel totally away from the sun. And while others, they live their life through a summer's day and it's light and there are soft clouds passing by, and it's so much easier for them to have a happy and healthy life. What is karma? Karma is the brightness or darkness of our spirit, and it's the brightness or the shadow of our ancestors. So even if we spend a lot of time and energy to improve our physical lives or to heal our own emotional patterns or traumas, we can actually still be affected by the vibrations from previous generations. We can think of everything like a tree. The roots of the tree are hidden under the ground, but they actually provide all the nutrition to the tree, to the trunk, to the branches to produce healthy fruit. In the same way, all the good luck, good fortune and opportunity in our lives actually comes from the light of our spirit and the positive influence of our roots, which are our ancestors. And our ancestors need to be healthy. We need to heal our ancestors, to heal our own lives and give a brighter and better future for our children. Our ancestors are as real as we are. They exist without a physical body, but they are longing to heal and brighten themselves through their descendants. In many cultures, people offer ceremonies to their ancestors after their passing and on special days in the year, and they understand the connection continues for many generations, and good fortune comes from the happiness and light of the ancestors. Healing ancestors can change your life. Ancestor healing is the way for ancestors to receive universal light and energy, to release their karma and return to their original bright state. By helping our ancestors, we can free ourselves also from their physical, mental and emotional patterns. And this energetic shift raises the vibration for the whole family. So the course itself consists of ceremonies and chanting. Ceremonies are a way to respect the invisible world and offer gratitude for our life. So during ancestor healing, we offer gratitude to the source of life, to the divine world and to our ancestors. And during a ceremony, people offer beautifully cooked food, fruit, flowers and all their love to their ancestors. And the ceremony itself is led by a key master who is specially trained to be able to transmit the powerful vibration of life to all the ancestors as well as the descendants. And this melts away their pain, their suffering, their negative patterns that they've been carrying on and passing on to all the future generations. Ancestor healing is a 21-day course of chanting to purify the energy of all the ancestors, and there are 4 ceremonies to attend over a 3-week period. With Master O, due to his years of spiritual training and devotion, ancestor healing can take place with one powerful ceremony which sends all the ancestors directly to the world of light. After that, the descendants take part in chanting and key classes for 3 weeks to revitalize their energy system. Ancestor healing can be offered for all the different branches in the family, and each person has 8 main family lines. So 4 of these family lines correspond to the family of each grandparent. So for example, the father's father's family and the father's mother's family, the mother's father's family and your mother's mother's family. And each of these 4 family lines, the 4 lines of your grandparents, they have a related spirit branch attached to it. And a related spirit is someone that was really strongly connected to one or all of your ancestors and who they formed a really strong bond of love or hate. So healing related spirits is actually healing all the ancestors' stories and journeys and traumas and history. So for example, a related spirit could be someone who was killed in war by one of your ancestors, and when that person passes away, they hold so much resentment, and that forms an emotional bond and connection, and that carries on after death and can affect future generations. So there are so many related spirits in one family, and they can include more spirits than in your main biological lines. As well as our own ancestors, we also need to heal the lines of our husband's ancestors or wives' ancestors or our long-term partners, especially those that we've had children with. And there are also additional branches if you are adopted, if you have step-parents, or if your parents had first or second marriages or children with other partners. I'm going to give you an example. So Lucy wants to start ancestor healing, and she has 8 branches, and her parents were divorced and she grew up with a stepfather. So as well as her 8 branches, Lucy has 4 branches for her stepfather. And Lucy is married to Richard, and Richard was adopted. So as well as the branches for his biological parents, he has 8 branches for his adoptive family. Now Richard also had a first wife with whom he had children. So to help his children and to help their relationship, Lucy can cover some of the branches of his first wife. It's possible to do ancestor healing for all your family branches at the same time, or you can start with some of the main branches and do it in stages. So many people have been trying for decades in their life to change a deep-rooted pattern within themselves or within their family. And no matter what they do, they can't find anything that will shift this pattern. And when they find ancestor healing, it removes something from within them and around the family, and they find the solution that they've been looking for their whole lives. Ancestor healing could be the answer that you've been looking for to change your life.